Greetings all, this is Zaptrosity, welcome back. Today is a video about a all-in-one chicken farm, fully automatic. I've made a video about this before, link on the screen. Due to the recent snapshot 13W10, that has caused some dispenser problems with the previous version, so I had to redo the wiring. As you can see, it's still 3 wide, and it's actually a little more compact since it has a 1 block of length sliced off here and 2 blocks of length sliced off there. But that kind of doesn't really work out because I have some more underground wiring around here, but that's fine because this can also be used for storage. You can have a big storage system set up through a bunch of hoppers and chests like so, and this right here can lead down into your actual storage system where you want to store all your chickens and feathers and eggs and whatever. So you can set it up like that. It works exactly the same as the design before. You have the option to turn water and drowning for uncooked chicken on and off. You have the manual cooker like so. And you have the option to turn over here the hoppers on and off, and this will allow, if you want your eggs to go into the dispenser to hatch into some cooked meat, or go into a chest where you can collect all your eggs. So either way works, as you can see. It's pretty good, I'd say. It does use pistons and sand, and some people may not like pistons and sand. So if you don't want to use some of these mechanisms, because it does get a little noisy with the pistons and things firing and stuff, you may have to extend the whole thing out a few more blocks just to change the wiring up to make it silent. So yeah, but it works well. It works well, as you can see. So today I'm going to be showing you how to build this again, and yeah, the new fixes for it. So let's get right into it. Alright, to build your very own new or fully automatic all-in-one chicken farm, you'll need the following things: 29 redstone dust, 16 torches, 14 repeaters, 4 hoppers, 4 dispensers, 1 chest for eggs and 1 output chest, 4 levers, 2 buttons, and 1 redstone comparator. These stuff might vary depending on your different features you add to it. 2 sandstone slabs, a block to build out the farm out of, 2 pistons, 1 sticky piston, a block of redstone, 11 sand or gravel, and some other things, maybe like glass sliders to pretty it up. So yeah, that's all you need. Let's go right into building it. Okay, to start this off, you want to find a nice location for your chicken farm. And you want to, yep, this looks like a good place. I'm going to start building up a bit. This is just to make sure I have enough room underground for some wiring and whatever else I need. Now let's start laying things out. So we have a lever in the center there, and we can start laying out our actual framework by having a button there and a lever right there. Now from there we can just raise that up a bit. I actually have a glass block there with a slab, and I put a chest around the back there so we can have a little access point for any output like so. I have a hopper going into that like there, but this hopper can change depending on what kind of storage system you really want. On top of that hopper we have another slab, so this encloses the chickens, blocks surrounding it so chickens can't escape. We have our 2 dispensers like that, and here I actually have a stair so we can access this top dispenser, which will be right there, just a few more blocks up, and inside you can actually throw in a bit of lighting, so I just throw in a bit of glowstone right there so it just lights it up a little inside there. Okay, following that I'm just going to build up more of the frame around it. Now we need to make sure we have a hopper going into that dispenser. And right here we're going to have our chest. This is where we're going to collect our eggs. We can actually bring that down one more like that. And we're going to have a hopper on top of that. And we have another hopper leading right into that, as you can see. Like so. And we can just cover that up. On top of this hopper here we have our slab. This is where we're going to store our seed chickens. So I'm just going to build it up. And we just can build around that. There we are. And I have a dispenser here with a button on top, like so. And I can fill that in with a lava bucket. So this is where our seed chickens will go, and we just hold down the right mouse button, like so, and that will quickly fire it out in and fire it out, like that. There we are. So that can kill off any chickens in there that you do not wish to keep. Along the side here, we can get ourselves some ladders, and we can use the ladders to climb up to the top if we ever wish to go up to the top here and breed up our chickens here, or whatever you wish to do. Might just break that down a bit, so like that. Cool. Alright, so now we're going to start the wiring of this thing. To help us distinguish between the different functions of each lever, button, and mechanics of the dispensers and whatever, we're going to be using different colored wool. So let's first start by wiring this lever to our dispenser, which is going to dispense our water and drown the chickens. So right underneath the block which holds this lever, we're going to have a redstone dust piece like so. This is going to go down a block into a repeater, which is going to go out into a redstone dust signal like that. So you can see, that works nicely. Right here we have a piston, right next to this blue block like so, and we have some sand like so. This is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. On top of this redstone dust piece we place another block, and on here we have a repeater. On the opposite side we have another block, and instead we have redstone dust, and facing inwards we have a lever that powers that redstone dust piece like so. As you can see, we have the dispenser firing the water like so. Okay, so now that we've done that, next thing we want to do is wire up the cooker. We're going to wire it up from our manual cooker setup here. What we're going to do is do the same like we did before by placing a redstone dust underneath the button. And from here we actually have a sticky piston coming out with a redstone block. Now underneath this redstone block we're going to have a redstone dust piece. And as you can see, if it extends, it's over top this block. So we're going to have one coming out like that. Now for the water system here, we're going to have a torch here. This is to make sure that if the water system is enabled, it means this cooker system will not be able to function correctly. And if this is turned off, it means the cooker system will be allowed to use its normal function. So from here we're going to just have a little simple torch tower, like so. We have a redstone torch, which goes into a redstone torch facing towards the piston, and this goes into another block where we have our final redstone torch, which will power this block next to the dispenser. So let's test this out. We heard it fire twice. Let's throw in a lava bucket and let's see what happens. Perfect. Okay, so next up is the yellow circuit. This is going to be used for this lever here. This will toggle between having the eggs go into here or into the dispenser. So to start this off, we just need to do what we did before by placing a redstone dust underneath the lever. This is going to power a redstone torch like so. And we're going to send this signal down underneath everything, like that. And we're just going to bring this along until we reach a block just diagonal from the piston. So we have redstone dust directly under the piston that leads into a block, and we just connect that up. Now this here will go into a repeater. This repeater will be set onto 4 ticks to delay. This is just to help so that if you do spam the lever, it won't just mess up like that if you quickly turn it on and off. If you turn it off for a certain amount of time and turn it back on, it may do a little bit of glitching, so just be careful about that. So you see here, we have another repeater, and this is finally going to lead into our piston, like that. Okay, so it looks like we have one too many sand on this pole here, so we can take away one, and we're going to place it here. Now here we need to place 8 blocks of sand, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now since this piston's extended, we're going to go one more block down right here where we're going to have our redstone dust like so, and we're going to have a lever going into that block. From here we're going to have a repeater. This is going to activate this line here. We're going to have a redstone dust piece there, and one right there. This is going to go into a redstone torch, which is going to power this hopper by providing power to this redstone. This redstone torch is going to provide power to this redstone dust, and then we'll just simply lead it with a repeater like so. On the side, it's pretty simple too. We just get the output from here, and that goes into a block, which goes into a repeater, powering this block, then powering the hopper. Now, just because I just hate everything how it looks, I'm just going to cover that bit up. As you can see, you can't see the wiring behind there, can see the wall, but you can use whatever block you wish. Also, this repeater probably can't be covered, so you're just going to have to deal with that. Okay, so moving on from there, we're going to move on to our lime circuit. This is going to detect whether this dispenser is full of eggs or whatever items in there. It will either shoot out, it will shoot out the eggs and hatch new chickens down here to be either cooked or drowned. And we'll also be hooking that up to the dispenser there and the cooker right there. So to begin this, we're just going to place a block next to the dispenser on top of the glowstone we have there. This is just going to have a comparator. This is going to detect whether the dispenser is full of eggs or not. This is going to go into another block with a redstone torch, and it's going to send the signal right back into itself. This is to make sure that the dispenser will only shoot out if the dispenser is completely full with this torch and dust like so. Now we have another redstone torch like so right there. This is going to go into a redstone like line right there, and this is going to start off our clock. So we have a redstone torch there, which is going to power a repeater. This is going to go back around like so. We have the repeater going into the block, going to redstone dust, and then it will go back into itself again. So from here, all you need to do is connect that up by just doing this. As you can see, power is gained from there, comes down to the clock. Clock will activate the repeater here, send a signal through, and will power this dispenser like so. Now, moving on from there, we can actually move on to getting this signal down and powering the cooker and the actual drowner. Alright, so we'll be using purple wool for the output from the dispenser to be hooked up to the drowner and the cooker. So all we're going to do first off is to get the output from this redstone torch to go into here. This is going to power a redstone torch facing outwards on top of this yellow block right there. Looks like we've got an abandoned torch there. Alright, so from there we're going to just go a few blocks down. This power is going to be sent downwards like so. Like that. And we're going to have the output right there. So the signal will come all the way down here, and we're going to split it off two ways, into the drowner and the cooker. So for the drowner, it's pretty simple. We have a redstone dust piece there, and a repeater on top of this block. This will power the piston, and that will activate the dispenser. But this is only if the lever is turned off like this, and the water's on. Now the second direction it will go is this way. We have a little staircase like this. We have redstone dust coming down like that. And we have a redstone torch just between these blocks. Alright, so right here we need to place down a redstone dust piece there. We're then going to have a redstone repeater. This is going to go into a block with a redstone dust piece right there. Here we're going to have two repeaters. We have one on 4 ticks delay, and we have another one on 4. This will then go into another block, and this here will lead up right to here just by a simple torch tower like this. There we are. let's just replace that real quick. And there you have it. So that torch tower comes all the way up and powers that like so. So this is basically all there is to it. As you can see, pretty simple and easy. It looks quite colourful as well, as you can see, pretty cool. Now if you wish to turn this into a storage system of some sort, you can, pretty simply. All you need to do is to bring that down. We'll need to put a chest here so that these redstone torches don't interfere with the hoppers. And we'll bring it down again into another chest so it doesn't interfere again, and that can go down again. And from here, this is where you can have all your storage units and whatever you wish in there. So you can store all your chickens, feathers, and eggs and whatever. So that's pretty simple. That can lead into your furnaces or whatever. There's no easy way pretty much to get this hopper powered without wrecking the rest of the circuit. So you're going to have to choose between a output chest of here or an output chest of a storage room. So, but that's all up to you. If you do have any modifications to this design or anything else you want to add to it or whatever, you can feel free to send that as a video response or do whatever you wish with it. There will be a world download down below, as you can see. Make sure to test it out just to make sure you don't have any wiring wrongs. Please report any bugs or errors that go wrong with the design, and I'll try and get back to you depending on how old this video is. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.